お疲れ様です。 e スポーツキャスターのともぞうです。今回もレインボーシックスシージ世界のトップリーグのハイライトやっていきたいと思います。今回は EU となりますが EU の結果まず振り返っていきましょう。実はですね、先週僕2回開催であることに気づいておりませんで Day6 の予告はしてたんですけれども Day7 まで行われました。結果見ておきましょう。 TT9 と BDS は7-5で BDS、 シークレットと MNM ゲーミングは7-4で MNM、 ヒロイックとウルブズは7-4でウルブズ、ローグとアウトサイダーズは7-5でローグ、ナビと G2 は7-0でナビとなりました。そして右側が Day7、 アウトサイダーズと TT9 は7-3でアウトサイダーズ、 BDS とナビは7-2で BDS、 ウルブスとローグは7-4でウルブズ、 MNM と G2 は8-6で G2、 そしてシークレットとヒロイックは7-4でヒロイックとなりました。マッチアップで注目されたのはやはりトップ4を狙うチーム同士の激突、ヒロイックとウルブズ、そしてウルブズとローグとなりましたので、2日連続でウルブズピックアップされましたけれども、きっちりとね6ポイント獲得。相変わらず EU のレギュラーシーズンは強いなという印象を見せてくれました。さあ、なかなか EU は魅力的な10試合が並んでるんですけれども、今日選ぶのはやっぱりね、なんでこんなことが起きてしまったのかというところで Day6 のナビと G2 取り扱っていきたいと思います。7-0の試合、なかなかねトップリーグでこういった試合展開になるのは珍しいので、ここはちょっと見ていきたいかなと思います。さあ、後ほどスタッツは触れますが、銀行で行われた試合は6本ナビが防衛を通し、最終的に折り返し最後の攻撃ラウンドで通したという形です。早速試合の内容を見ていきたいと思いますが、まずはファーストラウンド。僕ね、この試合結果見てから改めて翌朝配信などでね試合振り返ったんですけれども、結果を見ていたのでこのファーストラウンドで G2 取られちゃうのって思うぐらいいい立ち上がりをしたんですよ G2。 ただ蓋を開けてみればなるほどねっていう展開になりますので、まずはそのファーストラウンドを見ていただければと思います。
And this is another game where you're sort of, again, a team that can be along the lines of G2. The fight here starts in Skiddy. Currently hanging around just on long desk. There's drones, there's pressure, and there's Doki. Hey, Fresh, remember that comparison you're making on the desk? Well, there's the first, and there's the second. Teb also picked up by Blur.
And that was probably just a good drone coming out from G2, realizing where he was rotating through. From Pre-Fire coming through, finding out that kill as well. Nate now playing from below. There's a bit of an opening made by an explosive. Wanted to look through, but is aware of the fact that he still has that nitro in pocket. Wants to use it well. Do not let it go to waste. Shikikura to see no one and Navi actually on the actual site. All of them are seemingly off for it for now. His Springs are coming through to know exactly where he is and hoping to chase him down as well. Oh, there he goes. From the top down. Leader will find Doki though, so that's at least a response for Navi.
Yeah, they find one, they sort of stop this onslaught, but you're still looking at this basement site, and you're looking at Kayak trying to get a bit of a bite before he drops down. He's hoping he goes unchecked, but look at the outline in the top left. G2 is checking, they're droning, they're getting themselves set up. Unfortunately, the wrong way in the wrong place.
Oh!
That was almost... a little bit dangerous there. There's the pings on the next player. Alamau gets knifed. The first one we've seen in a while. The second. Oh, there's the kick. Cold Kayak finds two. Looks for the third. And finds Kayak has suddenly dragged this round back round. Citizen, all that's left. I mean, it's a sentence that any team would generally like to have if you are the team that has one player left. But still, from what was a solid lockdown with the pings and the intel and a lot of confidence of a player against the roster he was on once upon a time. The triple, including the opening knife, has been his. The fourth, it's his as well. Kayak takes the round.
Kayak, who went from G2 to Navi, up against, well, 3 of the ex-Navi players, locks them down right there.
でセカンドラウンドはネイフの素晴らしいハイドが刺さるというシーンではあるんですけれども、僕なんで今回この試合をピックアップしたかというと G2 ファビアンがコーチとして復帰しました。僕はね歴代最高の IGL だというのは間違いないと思ってるんですが、実はね僕コーチの手腕としては結構疑問視してるんですよ。この銀行においても広く G2 はエリアコントロールしようとするんですけれども、全然情報が取れないんですよね。その情報が取れない状況で広がってエリアを取りに来るのでかっこ撃破されていくんですよ。まさにそれが出たシーンがこのラウンド2だったと思いますので、まずはそこを見ていただければと思います。
Feels he can take that decision, the bit of pace. It's still a steady idea of getting this drone intel, the control of the players around. You can see there's some caution being paid towards the approach here. Want to open, but Nafe is still unchecked.
Now, there was some devastation on the G2 side after Twitch was banned, and you can see it now playing, of course, with those mirror windows towards the top of square. This forces G2 to find a different way in, and that will be either by hatch drops or by pushing down the elevator hallway, as the top of square, well, that is going to be locked off for now, so they need to try and find a way through on either of these two approaches, and maybe even both, as, well, Nave might just find Alamar for free as he just sprints past.
I mean, again, trigger discipline might be something. There is a ping.
Yeah, that's the hatch though.
And there it is. And there's the reveal. There's one. There's two. Alamar has twice been caught by an unknown entity. Somebody is underneath this hatch. Does get the catch there. Virtue was there, but so was Leader. And they were all over the map, ready to strike Nafe with that early one. And then from the back of that, two players left, Doki and Citizen, too, that made a name in an RV roster once upon a time. Leader gets caught out by an explosion around the corner. The second should get the lock-in, but they also get him right on the mirror. As you said, it's going to be something that pops up with the Twitch ban. Pop right back down. Na'Vi, 2 rounds in a row.
で、広くエリアを取れないのであれば、まとまって限定的なエリアでセットプレーを狙うっていうのは、セオリーかと思います。そのセオリーを G2 も踏んでくるんですが、ここもね、ちょっとファビアンはどうしたいのかっていうチームのスタイルが見えないところなんですよね。ドキとシチズンでリテイクを防ぐようなグリッドロックとノマドという強力なオペレーターを2人持ってきているんですけれども、あっさりと1回リテイクされるんですよね。途中まで思い通りに試合が進んでいて、あとはプラントするだけという状況なはずだったのに、肝心要の上が潰されるという展開になるんですが、そのあたりも含めてどうしたいのかわからないなというところでこのラウンドピックアップしました。
The start of the control and the rotations is coming through the track stingers. If you don't see gridlock much, well, this is what they do. They can sort of limit the movement. You can break them. It costs a bit of noise. You can try and crawl through them. It hurts you and costs a bit of noise. The air jabs were also going off on the top as well. That's enough that you don't really need to explain the play against that, and they've got a lockdown. And they've got themselves here inside server with the kit. Are they going to go for a bit of a reverse plant here with the Monty? There is the pings on the player above the hatch itself. You can see they're still getting that intel as best as they can. And what are you looking at in the pockets? Well, Citizen getting his first for the game. Dropped the hatch, took the fight, and the plant is pushed away by the smoke canister. The first goes off. And some of the stuns over the cover here of Kayak. He has the C4 in pocket as well. They're sort of waiting at this moment in time with Leader on the back end of the shield.
G2 trying to play this from multiple different angles whilst taking out the danger that is coming in from the hatches. Blur is looking to waste some utility as he's attempting to plant every now and then. Second smoke canister about to be tossed out as the plant is attempted. Will land on place as well. Chips out a little bit more, and again the cancel comes through. But this will run out at some point. There's only one more smoke canister left currently in the hands of Leader, and there's 2 more nitros to be used. As Skitty is retaking that top 4, he's hoping to make sure none of these hatches can be used against him, but he has been spotted out.
Yeah, Skitty caught there on the drone, and obviously we saw the work going on to limit the rotations he can make. His options are quite thin, so instead he's going to have to try and find a reverse route. There's Doki going down, there's the plant. Leader finds Doki, that C4 finds nothing, but Nath is able to move up and get some revenge. Citizen does find one, that C4 also finds nothing.
Step 2.
There's Alamar, he swings around, gets one. Kayak cannot quite get the connection with the fight as Alamar pushes deeper, forces them into an impossible situation. Leader does find Blur, that's the kick cold, and you're looking at 10 seconds now as Leader. He's on the rotate round. He's able to find the top control here. Leader with the retake over the verticality. They've got to pick up sticks and head to the other side right now. They've lost control of it, but Leader with a quad kill puts them in the dust. And it is 5 in a row for Na'Vi.
さあエリアも取れない、そしてセットプレーにも持ち込めないという状況になると、いよいよ苦しくなった G2 ラウンド6でもその状況がやはり続きます。僕ね、なんでファビアンを疑問視してるかっていうと、選手として続けていた晩年において、僕ファビアンね、やっぱり新しいシージに全くバージョンアップできてなかったっていうのが最終的な選手の時の結論になってるんですよ。なのでコーチになった時にシャスみたいにファビアンは哲学があるのかなっていうのを少しハテナに疑問を感じてたんですけれども、やっぱりね、この戦い方はチームコンセプトとして何を目指しているのか、やろうとしていることは2世代ぐらい前のシージに見えてしまうので、結構限界があるんじゃないかなと思ってしまう、そんな第6ラウンドも見ていただきましょう。
And yes, they get flanked. They get flanked with a massive man advantage. The pings and the hot droning on one of the flankers, they just forgot about the second. What can they do here? Their last chance, their last swing. And the first goes against them. caught out there. The Amru wanted to do something a bit of a blindside. Leader's able to find Alamau there. It's two that are against them. Doki at least gets Leader on the far end. The swing around onto the site itself. You can see Citizen is trying to ping out. Pluck a player from the far end. Cannot quite get the connection with the back of open though.
Alright, so G2 lost those first two engagements. They hope to get up the hat-trick blower and potentially put a diffuser down on the ground, but that diffuser is now cold in the basement as well and needs to be recovered. A minute 30 on the clock. G2 players up on the top floor still trying to make a dent into the first as Navi is realizing what they're currently up against and they're starting to drop back towards the side, maybe even further than that, and looking to take control of that diffuser.
The pings onto the player on the quad wall. There's two of them, one tucked right on the close corner there for the swing on anyone that pulls the fight. They're trying to get a bit of width. They're trying to get a lucky breath. They're a little bit too low to actually catch one of them there who did try and swing into a fight. That's unfortunate siege timing. Oh, there's three of them in a box, and a C4 plucks one of them out of it. The kid is still 2 stories below. Doki, he's desperately trying to find a spot of safety or a semblance of a fight that he can try and win, but look at that, the far end. They've rotated into the box. They have the reveal at least on that, but Doki cannot quite cement the kill. They're tucked now. They might just run out, and they do. They're rotating around. Virtue finds Nath in the meantime. There's a spray back. Virtue has now gone down. Teb gets the lockdown with the secondary. They're looking for one more at this point. They don't find it. And with a flawless half, if this was an in-flight movie, I think G2 fans would be walking out.
さあ6対0の折り返しということで、正直メンタルは崩壊してたかなと思います G2 ですが、この試合ファーストブラッドは結構 G2 の方が取ってるイメージあったんですよ。でもそこからやっぱり組み立てられないっていうのはチームの核の部分でまだまとまっていないところが多いんじゃないかなというふうに考えています。そんな最終ラウンドも見ていただきましょう。
No, this is bank. This is way more even on the board. Usually like a 3-3 or maybe even a 4-2 for the attackers is what we're aiming towards. C4 will start off strong though. Alamau will find an entry onto Tab. That is going to be at least a little bit of a help here for G2 to at least chase some rounds home. So who knows, maybe round differential at the end of the stage might make a difference whether or not you are qualified for SI or not.
Bit of a scratch, bit of a scrape, and the first body is theirs. It's not the most common sentence we've been able to say about G2 here, but what can they build behind it? That is the main point of this. There is still always a chance. That's the joy of a game like Siege, is the economy that you bring into this is more of a stress and a momentum and emotional thing more than anything else. Every round is winnable. Not that you should be giving a speech, but again, you just got to try and hold hope if you're a G2 fan at this point. Navi, I mean, it's been cruise control throughout this game. We talked about the importance of a player like Skiddy, but the fact that Kayak still hasn't died in this game this far in.
Alamau hoping to take up the hand of Nath there, but is unable to successfully do so. The hatch, however, in control of Navi. The diffuser on top of this hatch, so they need to find themselves a way in safely, and that might come due to some distractions elsewhere. Flashbang's coming in from the vault. Leader will go for a drop if he finds a kill here. Certainly some of the guns of G2 are starting to aim his direction as Nate finds himself inside. He's going for the plant.
He's going for the plant. The fight goes into the way of Leader on the back end. Who's going to stop this one? Nobody apparently. He's tucked round on the back of the bomb. He's able to get a scrape onto Alamau, but they do take out Leader on the back end. Kayak gets one over the shoulder. Kayak gets one more over the shoulder, all down to Doki. He's been able to bite and get into a fight a few times. The man is tucked and lying behind the desk. Do they know? Oh, he's scraped and scratched from the door, but he doesn't find it. A 7-0 for the guns of Navi. And it's been a devastating day for G2 today.
Kayak went 10-0 there, by the way.
さあというわけでまずはスタッツ見ておきたいと思いますけれども、カヤックはしてやったりですね。フルツに対してレーティング 2.2310-0。僕もねカヤックは昨年のメンバーの中でかなりチームに貢献していた選手なので、なんで出したのかがよく分かってなかったんですよね。やはりこのカヤックがいい選手だということを証明してくれた試合だったかなと思います。リーダーもレーティング 1.8 の11の4と いう形となります。一方で G2 はまあねちょっとここは評価できる人はいないかなという形にはなってしまいますが、ただね僕その G2 に対して否定的な意見を取りたいわけではないんですよ。やっぱり僕の中でファビアンは特別な選手の一人であることは間違いないので、そのファビアンがコーチをやっていく上でどういったチームを作るのかというのは非常に興味深く見ています。実際に改めて結果見てもらうと、この週のね Day7 に関しては強豪の MNM に対してはしっかりと勝ち切っています。オーバータイムにもつれ込まれたのでしっかりと勝ち切ってはいるので、この銀行がかなり詰まってなかったのかなという評価はできるかなとは思ってるんですが、ただそれにしても先ほどもお伝えした通り、やっぱりねファビアンって選手時代の終盤に新しいシージにアップデートできなかった人だなっていう印象が強いので、モダンなシージをしている BDS とかローグに対して本当に対抗するチームができるのかなというのはかなり懐疑的に見てしまうなというのが正直なところです。ただマップによっては詰まっている可能性もあるのでまだまだわからないと言いたいところですが、順位表を見ていきましょう。 EU 残り2節なのでちょっと9ポイントの G2 はすでに可能性は残っているんですがチャンスはないかなという状況は続いていると思います。残り2節6ポイントというところを考えると一発で状況を逆転できる3ポイント圏内というところが一つ目安となるので、現在4位のヒロイックが13ポイントなので、チャンスがあるのは MNM アウトサイダーズでワンチャン並ぶことができるナビかなっていう感じなので、正直 G2 はかなり厳しいかなと思います。ステージ2ではね中盤以降 G2 が尻上がりに調子を上げて最初0-7で負けてね、その時解説してたファビアンに酷評されてからの立て直しを見せたというところはあったんですけれども、ちょっとねその兆しはないかなという気がします。さあ次のプレイデー8のマッチアップを見ておきましょう。ナビとアウトサイダーズ、ローグとシークレット、ヒロイクと MNM、 G2 と BDS、 TT9 とウルブズとなり、G2 は BDS との戦いという形となりますので、ここね BDS 取るとおそらくメジャーが確定するという戦いになるかなと思うので G2 にとっては結構しんどい戦いになりそうですね。一方のナビは直接対決で争っているアウトサイダーズになるので、ここ3ポイント取れば上位陣がつまずけばワンチャンチャンス出てくるかなというところはありますので、しっかりと3ポイント取りたいところかなと思います。それでは最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございました。こんな感じでいいプレーだけではなく今回のね G2 の負け方みたいなところも一つねトップリーグを見る上では面白いポイントというとファンの人にはあれかもしれませんけれども、やはりこれもね一つの見どころだと僕は思っているので、こういったハイライトも作っていきたいと思います。よかったらチャンネル登録、グッドボタンのほどよろしくお願いします。それではまたレインボーシックスシージの次のトップリーグの動画でお会いしましょう。ではでは。